So, Monkeyland edition is done. We just finished. It's Friday night, and so tomorrow morning will be their first time out here, but I'm just going to give you a quick tour here. This is a 3-tier deck system, so that they can be up high if they want to be in the middle, or if they want to be there. And down here is a sandbox that I put pine wood chips in, with sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and peanuts, so they can kind of forage through that to get to all that stuff. There's the other jungle gym, and I didn't put the swings on it just like the other one because I don't like those swings, but I bought one of these kind of swings for it and attached that on there. They'll probably use it more as a landing pad like they do in the sunroom. And then we've got a stump over here and a rock, and this is the corner that is reserved for possibly a waterfall pond, if I can get them to be interested in swimming. So that's why it doesn't have anything there, just a stump and a couple rocks for now. There's the other 2 trees. They got put in. And what I did was I bought a food grade drum, one of those barrels, and then attached it to the top with a fire hose. And but you know, that's been hung up for 2 days now, and it hasn't even been used, and it looks like it's kind of sagging a little. So I'm gonna fix that, but not before tomorrow when I bring them out. So I'll fix it probably next week, Monday or Tuesday. But I'm gonna put another strap of the fire hose so that it doesn't sag so much. But anyway, there's the other tree. And then, of course, the main tree in the center there. It doesn't have a full deck system like the other one does, but it's got little corner decks. So on the corner, each corner has a little deck there, so they have more perching places. And then that tree, I cut it so that the height of it allows them to perch up at the very top. So they have perching room up there to perch. And so it's all done. And I'm so excited, but I'm so tired. Oh my goodness. I am one tired monkey mommy. So tomorrow morning, I will bring them out here for the first time, and they will get to explore. And I am so excited. I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep tonight because I'm so excited. So anyway, that's it. We just came out here. Petey went straight up to the perch. Now he's over on the other perch. Wow. He just jumped way over there. I think he just realized he can go into the other enclosure. So I just plan on leaving those doors open. He goes in there instead of checking out over here. Huh. But I thought I'd just leave those doors open at all times. I bought some of those bicycle locks, and then I just attached them through the door there to the side panel. And that way the doors can stay open all the time, and I don't have to worry about those doors slamming on them and hurting them. But I also like it because if I need to do maintenance on one side, it doesn't prevent them from being outside playing. Oh, Nikko's kind of in the center there. Because I can just close those doors, and he's chewing on the tree. Oh, see, he picked some of that stuff off. At first I thought, gosh, I'm gonna have to go through and clean up these trees and get all those things picked off, but I thought, you know what? No, because that will give them something to keep them busy. It'll take them all summer to get all those things picked off those trees. But anyway, yeah, I can close those doors to the other enclosure if I need to do maintenance on one side or whatever. Or, you know, you never know what the future holds. There may come a time where they don't get along and I have to separate them, or who knows, I might bring in a couple more rescues and they might need to be quarantined from these guys for a while. Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen in the future. So it just, I think, works out great to have that where I can have two separate areas if needed. It's going to be a while before all the grass can grow back out here from areas that I dug. But that's okay. You know, my motto has been, with all these builds that I do for them, my motto has always been, it doesn't have to be perfectly pretty. It just has to be perfectly functional. And that's really all that matters. They don't care how pretty it is out here. He's back behind that rock. They just want things to do. Oh my goodness, he was on top of the barrel. It's our grand opening. Monkeyland extension. Grand opening. All this stuff to do in here and he wants to climb the ceiling. Nikko! So I decided to go ahead and start on the gardening center for them. So that's what's out there. And you see there's a door right there, and there's a door over on the other enclosure that will lead right into the gardening area. So they can access it from either enclosure once it's ready for them. And it won't be ready for them this year because it's too late in the year to plant vegetables. So, but at least it will be built, because we're going to finish that up next week, and at least it'll be built and ready to go. So next year, around March or April or so, then I can come out and get all their vegetables planted and get it ready for them, and it'll be their own little snack shack. So I just was like, you know, we're already out here building all this and getting all this ready, so we might as well just put together the little gardening center. It's not going to be 12 foot tall. It's only going to be 6 foot tall. They don't need 12 foot tall gardening center. So it shouldn't take us too long. We'll probably have the rest of it finished in about half a day or so. They actually didn't get to come out for a couple of days during this build. Oh, I have to tell you though, my being out here building it and having them out here was a huge enrichment opportunity for them, because it was so funny. They would like go get some food, and then they would go somewhere and sit and eat their food and just watch us. It was hilarious. And but there were a couple of days that I didn't bring them out here because I didn't feel it was safe for them, because Petey likes to help. And when we first started putting up these side panels and attaching the clamps of the panels, he would reach his hand through the enclosure and had his hand on the ratchet, so he was ratcheting right along. So when we put the roof panels up, I did not have them out here because I was worried they would end up getting their fingers pinched when we were connecting those panels up there. And so I didn't have them out here then. And I didn't have them out yesterday because we were tilling up the ground over here for the gardening center. And with it being so close to the enclosure, I thought, you know what, he would reach his hand through there with that tiller going, and I thought, no, not even going to risk it. So yeah, there were a couple of days during the build that they couldn't be outside. I was hoping they would kind of explore in here and not just run over to the other enclosure that they're used to. That deck is so high, it's hard to get the camera up there to see. And on this jungle gym here, we added some deck boards so that it's just another, because I thought that's pretty tall there. They don't need that height like that. They need something else they can perch up on. So we added some deck boards to that. You know, the bad thing about adding all these really high perch areas is I can't get them on film very easily when they're really up high. Oh, Nikko might though. Oh yeah, Nikko sees it. He sees there's stuff in there. And he got one. I think he got, yep, he got a pumpkin seed. Got another pumpkin seed. And he goes like, hey, there's food over here. Nobody told me that. It's a nice little shaded area down there for them. When the sun's coming from that direction, it gives them a nice little shaded area. And then when the sun is directly over us, then this deck system here would be providing some shade for them too. He's sitting on the tree. Little Nikko. Petey's picking at the tree. Yeah, this will keep them very busy, picking off all those things off the tree, all the bark off the tree. And Nikko is back over at the sandbox. Oh, he got on the tree. And he's picking the bark also. What a good boy. Hi, Petey. Hey, baby. I'm so happy for them. And they now have more room, more things to do. He's up on top of that. He's up on top of that drum. Until he realizes it's a tunnel that he can actually go through. Going clear to the top. Yep, he's up there at the very top. It's kind of a small perch, but he's up there. Oh, now they're at the old enclosure. See how much faster they move in that enclosure? It's funny because they know it very, very well. This one they don't know that well, so they're not moving around as fast over here. Well, I think I'm gonna go get their food ready. I didn't bring any food out here yet for them. I wanted them to come out here and explore a little bit and not focus on eating. So I need to go get their food and bring it out here for them. Oh, I can barely keep up with them. So I just brought their food out, and I put their food in the wiffle balls again, but this time I put the wiffle balls inside a different little tackle box. So now he has to get into the tackle box to get the wiffle balls out. He already got that one latch undone. Now he's got to get the other latch. Nikko jumping on me. Yep, farmer's here, huh? We have a guy down the street comes and mows my property for the hay. So it works out kind of good because I don't have to mow the whole property. Petey's gonna watch. I haven't used the wiffle balls since the very first time they tried them, which has been a couple weeks, so I thought today I'd put their food in the wiffle balls. Oh, Nikko. He ran off with his. I just love to watch them. Love to watch them just have a good time. Just be monkeys. Well, I think they got enough to keep them busy today, between checking out the new area in here, picking off the bark off the trees, getting their food out of the wiffle balls, watching the farmer mow the hay.